Live from beautiful downtown Bastrop, it's time for the Stage Select, starring Julian Titus and Justin Ham.
What could this possibly be? Seems a lot like a podcast. Wonder what specifically. Talking about video games. With your hosts, you're in good hands. Not more of the same. Now we'll jump right in. So expect the unexpected and more. Now we'll get grooving. Never know who's gonna walk through the door. There just might be some tragedy. It's just having fun with our special guest. Time for Stage Select.
And here are your hosts, Julian Titus and Justin Ham.
Welcome, one and all, to the Stage Select. I'm Julian Titus.
And I'm Justin Ham. Hi. Welcome to this thing.
Slowed it down for you as long as I could.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. That's
So
fine. I mean, I would have
Yeah.
been late and just owned it. I have with me today a Lando Norris Monster Energy drink. It's terrible. Julian, have you ever had a Warhead before?
No, actually.
Okay. For those out there that have had a Warhead, and this kind of requires vast knowledge of Warheads. Okay, it tastes like a watermelon Warhead, but after all the sour has gone. Like, because there's a point
See,
where
that's why I've never had a Warhead. I've never been big on sour candy.
yeah. See, I enjoy sour candy, and Warhead is like that. Those are fucking insane.
They're like the pinnacle.
Oh yeah, they're nuts. But then it wears off and it becomes like a regular hard candy, and like this tastes like that part. So it's like, well, I should just spit this out now because the fun part's over.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. But apparently, Lando Norris wanted me to let's see. He wanted a Monster Energy drink that tastes exactly how he spends his weekends racing 230 miles per hour. Spaceships, apparently. He's a multiple Formula One race winner, Julian. I don't know if you knew that.
No, okay. Did he choose his own name?
I don't think so.
His name is actually Lando Norris?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Okay.
Unless he changed it at some point, which, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. I don't know really who he is, but he's got to be...
That really just sounds like someone who was like really into Chuck Norris and Lando Calrissian as a kid.
Right.
And decided they were just going to mash those two characters together and become that.
I hope that's the case, really. Honestly. No, but he has
this wicked mustache and also like does really bad martial arts.
I don't even know what he looks like, really. I've seen him. I'm sure I've seen him before because I played the video game. Let's see.
He has a video game?
Oh, the F1 video game, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was in the video game.
Well, I just thought there was like a Lando Norris racing game branded.
He's a British-Belgian racing driver. He looks like a child. Okay, got it. Understood.
Okay.
Yeah. How old is he? I'm afraid to know. Yeah, he's 26. So he was born in the year 1999. And I guess I should just die after reading that, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean that's just how time works. It's whatever.
Yeah, I guess.
Never bothers me.
Anyway,
I take that back. There was a brief moment where like the smile started to slip from my face when I was listening to one of the latest Soundtracker podcast episodes from Eric Peacock, where they were doing Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and the person that he had on was like, I was like starting high school when that movie came out, and it was like, and I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
like that's like because I was like with my first girlfriend when that movie came out.
Right.
So very, very different points in time. And
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
these
but
things
then,
happen.
but then I was like, I mean, yeah, that's just how time works.
Usually, you shrug it off. It's fine.
Yeah, the main thing was that he didn't sound that young. I think that was the thing that was like that threw me off.
I get you.
Yeah, so quick and dirty episode this week, and that's the theme this week, quick and dirty, because we're recording this a day early and also an hour early because I am officially on vacation as of right now, and we'll be hitting the road immediately after this episode is in the can. I'm just gonna throw the editing or the podcast laptop in the laptop bag and take it with me, and then do a quick and dirty edit over the weekend. There is a showing of Fuck My Son in Denver, Colorado, and I'm dragging my friends to go see that under the guise of my birthday. That way they couldn't refuse.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah. Because they're going to despise that movie. But it's going to be very fun for Julie.
Well, there you go. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Just a couple quick notes before we kind of get into the meat of the episode. We do have the first first Suffer Select poll of the season up on our Patreon page. That's open to all paid patrons at any tier. Currently, the poll is between Downward Deluxe Edition, which was nominated by the Let's Play Princess, and Gabriel Knight 2, nominated by Big Baker.
Oh, there you go.
So go check that poll out if you're a patron and vote for the one that you think is cool or that will cause us to suffer more, rather. Currently, I'm actually surprised. Downward Enhanced Edition is actually winning right now.
Okay.
The trailer makes it look perfectly cromulent, but there's two things about that.
Okay.
One, the trailer is 30 seconds long, which
okay.
I feel that you do that for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen a trailer that short.
That is kind of
the other thing is that I know the Let's Play Princess is well versed in pain when it comes to video games. So that's kind of the other thing is this is her first nomination, and she's kind of like you. She suffers for fun.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's what we do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to pay me to suffer. That's why we have the Suffer Select. I don't do this on my own.
Yeah,
I do that with movies.
Fair enough.
But yeah. So there's that. Also, I was on the episode of Games My Mom Found where they cover Vanquish.
Nice.
I'll have a link to just like the main like feed in the show notes because it hasn't come out as of this recording, and I don't know if it's going to be out when I get this episode published, but it should be out right around the time this episode is coming out.
Okay.
So just go check it out there. Dude, I don't know why I never played Vanquish.
Yeah.
Like, I bought it when it came out, and I thought that I had started playing it, and apparently I didn't get past the, 10-minute tutorial, when I popped it in the first time, because I didn't remember a goddamn thing about it, and I beat it in, 4 hours.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, that sounds like a you kind of game, too, where you can sit down and beat it really quick. I mean, you like to finish things fast. I mean, you know what, Julian? Just forget I said anything. What?
No, I just want to let that sit for a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah,
good.
Well, no, I mean, it's like kind of up your alley. It's like a cool platinum action game.
I've almost played that a few times. I don't own it, or do I? No, I definitely don't own that. I feel like I would know if I owned that. I never bought it.
If I had known how short it was, I would have played it years ago and then been singing the praises all this time because it's awesome. It's a great game.
Yeah.
I played through it on casual, but then I popped it and then I got most of the trophies, and it was like, oh, I think you could actually just go get this platinum. And so I tried it on hard, and I was like, oh yeah, this is actually very doable on hard as well. So
oh, there you go.
But yeah, go check us out talking about Vanquish. That was fun.
Not us.
No, me and Mike and another guy on Game.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. truncated week, obviously, you know, because we're recording an extra day, and then
Sure.
also busy week for me. I had an in-office day, which kind of, so that basically
Oh, there you go.
eradicated like gameplay that day.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But what have you gotten up to this week, sir?
Not a whole heck of a lot. I obviously I watched movies. I made sure my streaming setup works, and changed things around in this room, so that's fun. It does, and that's good. But mostly, I'm waiting for the fucking wrestling game to come out now, because that's where my head is at. But but in the waiting times, I've started playing Hitman again, because it's fun. It's a fun video game, and I was just like, I don't know.
And they continue to add to it.
Yes, which that's one of the new things I did was I played the Mila Jovovich elusive target, because I was like, well, I'm here, I might as well. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool what they do with the elusive target stuff. That one in particular is like, I kind of hate the way the elusive target things work. I appreciate that if you run it for real, you get one shot at it and that's it. And that's for like unlockable stuff. I think that's a neat idea. That I'm fine with, actually. It's like,
oh, okay.
Oddly enough, that I'm fine with. I wish it was but they also unlock like, oh, okay. So there's an elusive target arcade. So after you beat it or don't beat it, you can go fuck around in it and just like actually try different stuff. And that's cool. Right. The only problem I have with it, and I think it's a weird choice, is that like if you fuck it up, you have to wait a half an hour before it'll unlock again, before you can play it again. And I don't know why it's like that. It's really odd. But I actually...
Please tell me that when you're hunting down Mila Jovovich, you have to get a security badge that's called a multipass.
You don't. At least not that I know. It takes place in I always forget the name of it, but the manor, Dartmouth or whatever that was.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, the
Benoit Blanc.
Yes, and actually, like people from that stage are in the level too. They're like just around, and it's like after all that went down, so it kind of makes sense in the story, I guess. Like she's taking over like one of the companies one of the kids ran or something like that. I can't remember. There's like a whole storyline and a whole setup for it, which is pretty neat. You just walk into the manor, which is kind of fun, and then like she walks up to you and knows you, and you're like, oh shit, this kind of neat. And then like you have to go hunt her down. She doesn't pop up as a target, which I find interesting, because I think they're trying to kind of get you to play through the story bit of it, because you can walk over and
just go get her.
Yeah, just shoot her in the head and be done with it. But they want you to play the story bit, so they kind of put the little green objective marker on her and like, just go follow her around, see what's going on. And so you do that, and then she disappears, and then you find out that there's this weird basement under there, and you go under there, and then she like, it's kind of neat because she like unleashes this like virus, and she injects herself with it, and then goes back into where this like big party's happening and starts walking around infecting people. And so you have to kill her and the infected people. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's kind of awesome. I'm kind of okay with that. I lucked into it, but I only lucked into it on arcade mode, which was funny because I was just like, I'm just going to play the arcade mode. I don't really care about the actual elusive target. I did it the opposite way I should have done it. Because I played through the whole story in arcade mode, and I was like, oh, I should just go do this for real, because that was actually kind of not as hard as I thought it was going to be, and I completely lucked into it. Um, and then I was like, but I think I can do this really quick if I just go here because I know she's going to do this. And if I know she's going to do that, I can set it up to do this. And I tried to do that and everybody saw me do it. And I was like, oh, that's why you can't do that. Oh, whoops. Well, I'll just shoot her in the head and try to run away. I don't know. It didn't work. But it was kind of funny. I like when I looked into it, like she got the virus and like, I just have like, it kind of pointed me to like go upstairs and check something out up there. And I was just like, ran as fast as I could up the steps because I was like, I ain't scared of shit. I'm just fucking around. So let's just see what happens. And then like all of a sudden, like there they were. And I just shot them in the head and like the one person that they had infected. And I was like, well, see ya. It was kind of funny, but yeah, Hitman's fun.
Yeah. I'm of two minds about the elusive target stuff because they're still updating, right? Because Mila Jovovich one is new. Like that's the one that they announced at like the Game Awards.
Yeah. It's brand new.
So like my thing is that once they're like officially done, because they had said previously that they were done updating Hitman, and then they added more Hitman. So because like I remember because when they announced that they were doing Bond, they added Lachief from Casino Royale, right?
Or Schiefer or whatever. Yeah.
So like they're still adding. So I kind of get that like it's still with the elusive target rules of like you get one chance. But like the fun of Hitman is fucking around and doing a lot of different weird shit. Yeah. And you especially want to do weird shit to kill these celebrities, right? And so my hope would be that like once it's all done and dusted, that all the elusive targets are available, and maybe for like the unlockable part of it, like if you mess up, then it locks it out for like the rest of the day or something like that. But the arcade mode is it's weird that the arcade mode is where it locks you.
Yeah, well, no, the regular one you can't do it ever again once you
right
until it comes back.
But I guess that's what I'm saying is that as it is now, it doesn't make any sense for the arcade mode to lock you out.
I don't get that either. It's kind of weird. There's a lot like playing Hitman again and not having played it for a little while. It's weird. The one thing, and I've always complained about this, is I do not understand why that fucking game needs to be online at all times. It's just weird. Like it's really annoying too. Like I was trying.
If you have like a little glitch in the middle of a thing, it's like, well, start over.
It's not quite that bad, but like. I was trying to so I've been like just messing around with stuff because I played it played it all the way through on PC and played it all the way through on Xbox. I was playing it on Xbox and I was like, oh, there's stuff I haven't done on here that I did on PC. Let me just try to mess around and do some of that stuff. And also I got real into like doing like the suit only sniper stuff. That was fun. Because like, and I was like, oh, I need
turns it into a totally different game.
Whoops, apologize. I had pill reminders go off. It's very fun. So I was like, oh, I need to unlock that one sniper rifle that I had before, and I'm gonna do that real quick. So it's like it's in Marrakesh, but it's like you have to do like a challenge bit of it, and it's all like in this one little building. You just got to kill these two people with this sniper rifle, but it's like a really good sniper rifle and it's silenced and shit. And I was like, that's the one I want. You play through it. You do it 3 different times and you unlock it. I kept fucking it up so much because I was trying to speed through it. But it was fine. Cause like if they start adding things as you go, like, okay, you can't change out of your suit. And then like the next one is like, okay, you can't get spotted doing anything illegal or anything like that. So you got to like kind of be perfect on this. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's kind of, it's tougher than you think it is sometimes. But I did that. And then like I was just like, oh, let me mess around in Marrakesh. Cause there's like a couple of these that I've never actually done. Cause I just never really mess around in that map very often. And I was like, okay. And I was going to plan, like, just the planning phase, and the fucking connection kept dropping on me, and I was like, and it would reset everything I had just like set up, like, oh, I want this and this and this, and then I was like, this is fucking annoying. Why does this have to be like this?
Yeah.
And
there's really no good, like, I could understand if you're doing, because there is like some of that like component where it's like leaderboard stuff where I understand that like they would maybe want to like make sure that you're not cheating or whatever offline. But yeah, if you're just playing like the regular shit, like it just, I don't get it.
It's weird that all your unlocks are tied to the online shit. That's what, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like all that's like the only thing you can do offline, because I actually messed around with like when they were updating for the Mila Jovovich thing. Everything went offline, so you could still play it, but you had to be offline. The only thing you can do offline is play like the default mission, and it doesn't even like count towards unlocks or anything like that. That's all you can do offline.
Yeah, that's lame.
Which is really scary about that game, because if someday that game ever like the servers, they just go, no, we're done with the servers on this. What happens to all that stuff? You know?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah. That I'm not a big fan of. I don't think they needed to go quite so fucking far with the online portion of that game. So
yeah, because my thinking was that once it was all done and dusted and they weren't adding any more to it, there would be like some update where it's like, okay, all the elusive targets are back, like, and you can do them as many times as you want, and then also like that online, always online component is gone, because we're not gonna we're like shutting down like the leaderboards or whatever, but everything else
you can
is
do
available.
Most of the elusive targets in that arcade mode still, but a lot of them now require like you to buy a specific like DLC pack, which I didn't have a lot of them. Like the Bruce Lee one does, the Eminem one does. All the ones with like the Schiffer one does, the Jean-Claude Van Damme one that came out a while back does, all that stuff. Like you need a certain DLC thing for that. Which
because I think that those are the ones that were added. I think like after they said they were done.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like because the other ones were like, well, this is just part of like our content rollout as the game is still like
and a lot
live, if that makes any sense. Like we're still actively working.
Still kind of rotates around still. Like, and I know like the Sean Bean one is still like there. You can play.
That's the only one that I ever attempted.
Me too. I actually did that one the first try, which I was impressed with myself. That's the only elusive target I ever actually really tried to do. I've never. I one of these days I keep saying I'm gonna try out Freelancer and give it the old college try. But
oh yeah, I forgot about that mode. Yeah,
that's a cool mode. It's a really cool mode.
It's funny because like I really loved those first two games. Marrakesh is part of Hitman 3, right?
That's Hitman 1. It's the stage after Italy. Like the real good one, Santa whatever the fuck that one is, I forget.
Oh, is it the hotel?
No, it's the one that's like there's like the big like Arabian market type thing that you go walk around.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting because my memory is that I had played a lot of Hitman 1 and 2, like going back to the stuff, but not 3. And so that's why I was thinking Marrakesh was 3, because I'd only remember playing that one once.
The one you're thinking of in 3 is Mumbai, I think. That's 2, isn't it?
Well, no, because I was very much thinking of like the market area, and there's that like kind of big like fancy building that you have to get into.
Yeah, you have to get into there, and then there's like the little like military installation in that school that you have to break into. Yeah. I guess I just played through it the one time then on there. Yeah, it's not the best level. it's okay. There's some like fun stuff when you really dig around in it, but it's not my favorite level. That's why I was like, oh, you know what? I never actually messed around here. Let me go really try to figure out the map and stuff like that. I ended up figuring out a couple things. I really do appreciate the challenges that they show you, because that some of that stuff is like I'll look at it and go, what is that? I didn't even know this was a thing. Like you can murder the one military guy by playing the intercom while these two dudes are talking shit about him, and then he gets mad and goes down to talk to them. But up above him, because they're in like this like these like beat up ass like a bathroom basically talking shit, and you can go above them and there's another bathroom with like a hole in the ceiling and you can kick a toilet into that dude's face. And I was like, that was fucking great. I enjoyed that very much.
Man,
Hitman's
that series
great.
is just so fun.
It's super fun. There was another challenge for that stage that was like kill the I forgot, it's like Klaus Strandberg is the other guy, like the businessman dude that's like trying to sneak out of the country and with all this money or some shit. And one of the ways that it tells you that like for points you can challenge yourself to do this was you have to strangle him with fiber wire as dressed as the intern. And I was like, what? There's an intern somewhere? And so I had to look it up. And yeah, like apparently there's one character in that map that wanders around the market for a long time and you can follow him around. And he's just like looking for the building. He's trying to do some chore or something like that. It's not marked or like a mission opportunity or anything. And like he like it was like it took like me looking at people like tracking the guy down on Reddit. Like, okay, he starts here and ends up in these places. So you can find him here at this time, here at this time, here at this time. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll just follow him around, see what happens. And he's like super hard to get like alone to where you can actually do anything to him. And in fact, it took me fucking up because I just like had given up on it. And like he randomly seen me do something and like started following me. And I was like, all right, well, you're in this building with me now. So we're doing this. And I was like, okay, cool. So then there's like stuff in the building that only the intern can do. And like, I was like, this is great. This game has so much dumb shit. The replayability.
I remember
of it
giving
is
that
great.
target an unhappy ending at the end of a massage.
Right.
Like
That one's fun too. Yeah. Yeah. There's that one. You can dress as a camera guy, and blow him up during an interview, or you can shoot a moose down on top of him during an interview. That game's so silly. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
I love it.
The wine press in Hitman 3
That one's good.
is like,
yeah, that's good.
so fun.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones.
I'm excited about the James Bond game.
Yeah, same.
But I am like, so far they've only shown it twice, like gameplay wise, and I was a little, because I told you this off mic last week, but I did see like this like interview with GameSpot with one of the directors talking about like basically that they realized that for a James Bond game they really had to elevate the shooting and melee, because while that's supposed to be your last kind of Hail Mary in a Hitman game,
right,
you might be leading with that more often in the James Bond game, so it has to feel good, because they understand that like the combat in Hitman is not why you come to Hitman.
No,
right?
Yeah.
But the stealth that they've shown on the James Bond feels like that has been reduced in a way where it was just like, I don't know that I could even buy Agent 47 getting away with this. This just feels like oddly like, you know, because I do like, the thing that I like about Hitman is that it is these weird like little clockwork levels where you're manipulating the compute, like the AI of all of the people there. But this felt a little bit too clockwork, where it's like, there's no way that like anybody would not see you shimmying up that pipe. Like peripheral vision exists. Like you're in broad daylight. You're not that far from where the people are walking around. This just feels a little bit like overly gamey, if that makes any sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just one example, and you know, I'm sure that there's plenty of other like cool shit in there. It's definitely a day one purchase for me.
Yeah, but at the same time, it might be fun because it's maybe stupid AI for the stealth too. That might be good.
Yeah, and it's a different flavor, right?
Yeah.
Like And maybe it will be a thing where I'm just like knocking dudes out with my fists more often than I am, like,
right.
you know, trying to do more clever things. Who knows? I'm also
hard
not
to
sure,
say.
like, kind of what flavor of James Bond this James Bond is, because he is supposed to be like a rookie here.
Yeah.
And even they've said on record that their idea is that they're going to age him up over.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
multiple
idea.
games.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go back to Hitman.
Hitman's
it's funny
fun.
that you randomly just went back to it, because I have been thinking about
Yeah,
that
I was just like, I need something to do for a little while to tide me over until this stupid wrestling game comes out. And I was just like looking around at just what I had on hand, and I was like, oh, I forgot I installed Hitman on Kim's Xbox. I'm just gonna play that. Let's do that, because I can play it out here in the living room. That's fun. But yeah. And that's what I did, and and then I was just like, I played it for like a day, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm over it. And then I was like, nah, let's just keep playing it. Let's just keep going back. And I just kept doing dumb stuff. Like I said, I got real into, like, for a day, just like, I'm gonna do these sniper challenges. I had fun with that. Marrakesh was fun to do the sniper stuff because, they have all the, like, little rooftops that you can go up in the shops and stuff like that. So it was kind of fun finding, like, I found like a whole little area that I was like, oh, I didn't even know this was here. And there's a fucking battle axe up here for some reason. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They definitely reward you for getting into all the nooks and crannies of those levels.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Had a thought about that, and now it is gone.
About nooks and crannies?
No, about Hitman.
Oh
no, that's what I was going to say. I never actually rolled credits on Hitman 3. I really didn't like that train level.
That train. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time I did it, it wasn't as bad as I remembered. I still don't really care for it, but either I got better at the game or it didn't seem as not great to me. I don't know exactly what happened, but I think I got Silent Assassin on it because I just like breezed through it somehow. Don't ask me how.
Yeah. Could be a combination of things. Could be that I'm sure you got better at the game, and then also they may have like patched like some of the enemy routines or placement to make it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that was my thing. I got to a point where it's like, well, I'm getting like spotted in every one of these damn cabs, and it just turned into like a shooter. And again,
yeah, basically
not the game that you go to for third person shooting.
No, yeah, it was like the antithesis of that entire game, really, in my opinion. But like this past time I did it, I was like, wow, I stealthed through all of that. It wasn't that big a deal. That was actually kind of okay. It wasn't. It still wasn't my favorite level by any stretch, but
yeah,
I got through it a lot better. So yeah, there is that.
I think a train level could be really cool if you're going for Hitman by way of the Orient Express.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, if you did something like that, that'd be pretty dope. I think that'd be cool. But yeah,
I think that would be a lot of fun.
That would be, honestly. Yeah,
especially if you have this like Poirot type character trying to get to the bottom of like all these bodies showing up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That could be fun.
Was it you that had the idea that they should make a Hitman level in like an anime convention, or was that me? I can't remember.
That might have been you. My big Hitman level idea is an airport.
Yeah, airport
complete
would be good.
With a part where you can also follow the target onto the plane and the plane takes off.
That'd be cool.
If you take too long.
Right. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat.
Yeah,
I always thought anime convention would be hilarious because you just have a bunch of cosplayer people and do with that what you will. Yeah.
Oh, and just imagine the outfits for 47.
Yeah, I think it'd be really stupid and fun at the same time.
Yeah,
the weapons, like some of the weapons would just be randomly foam, so you would throw them and they wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, everything's piece bonded in there, so it's like really hard to get actual like lethal things.
Right. But then like randomly somehow you would just like through some conversation you would realize some guy really got a real sword in there or whatever, and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go get that. That sounds great.
maybe one of the targets is in like a really elaborate costume where it wouldn't be very obvious that they've been killed once they've been killed.
Right. Yeah.
Like you can't actually see them.
Right. Exactly.
It's like, oh, they're just taking a break.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It'd be good.
Yeah. They did say that they're they plan to do more Hitman, which I was kind of surprised at. I thought that the plan would be we're going to work on like 3 James Bond games and then we'll go back to Hitman. But they said they plan on going back to Hitman after this Bond game. So
well, cool.
And they still have that action RPG that I want to see more of. When we were doing news on Nerds Without Pants that last season, that was a news story that I picked. Like, oh, I'm totally down to see them do a totally different genre. But then I haven't heard anything about it since then. Yeah.
As long as it's not like their last foray into publishing or whatever. If it's not that.
Yeah, but no. This would be them making it.
This is them making it. Okay, it's not.
Yeah.
Whatever that.
No, it's not a Lenzi Benzies joint.
Whatever that game was called, I can't even remember. Mind's Eye.
Yeah.
I still want to play that just to see.
Yeah. I don't know. It looked fine.
Right.
And I did hear like a lot of other people saying like, yeah, it's fine. It's just not anything.
It's nothing you
haven't done before. And it gets like wrote very quickly. And then the one thing I do know about is that when you beat the game, you're locked into using some rando that's just like dressed really weird and you can't go back to the main character. But that's how you, like, if you want to do all the objectives, you have to play as this weird dude in like a bathrobe or something like that. It's very, very strange.
That's a choice you can make. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm going to guess that they were like, well, the main character's dead, so, you can't play as him anymore. Somebody thought that was like a really cool and profound way to do that. I don't know if the main character dies. This is not a spoiler. I never watched
I don't either.
I'm totally
down for that.
Right.
Like, but at least give me a cooler character.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I mean. They probably thought that was a really profound. Like most games will just go, we're just gonna roll you back to the save right before all that stuff happens, so you can go do whatever you want.
Yeah,
it's usually how that gets handled, but not there apparently. The game seems weird. I still one of these days I do wanna know. If I ever find it for like $5, I might be in.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Mm-hmm. Although you never know. Watch, it'll be like the one that never goes on sale. Because they're like, nobody bought this game. We're making our money on it somehow. Fuck all of you.
Right.
You want to play Mind's Eye? You want to make fun of it? $70. Fuck off.
So I have to note, Justin, that there's a new view in your office now.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking it that you are a Lego household.
Yes, we are. I don't put any of the Legos together. That's Kim's thing. She likes the Legos. They were, what's funny is where I was before, these were still here. You just couldn't see them.
Right.
So now you get
it's
to
just
see
a different
them.
angle.
Yeah. But yeah, she likes the Legos. She put together the whole Titanic and all that stuff. So,
oh shit,
yeah, no, she takes the Legos very seriously. She's into that shit.
Yeah. If I had room, I'm glad I don't have room because they've been doing some really, like, I went into a Lego store last time I was in the spring.
Sure, yeah,
visiting because Joe is super into doing Lego stuff.
Yeah,
and I was like, man, they've got like a lot of really awesome stuff that's super expensive, but it looks so cool, like all put together here. And
yeah.
There was like one of Dominique Toretto's cars from the Fast and Furious series that looked really cool. Obviously the Transformers ones are of interest to me.
Right.
They've got 3 of them now.
Yeah. Yeah. But she has a ton of them. She had like the Harry Potter ones all put together, but we took those apart because we didn't have any place to put them here. So, and so that's been, but she has like, she bought, what did she buy last? It was a couple months back. She bought the one from Lord of the Rings, Rivendell.
Ooh.
Yeah. which is a big one.
Mhm.
She has the Eiffel Tower. We put it in the garage because the box is fucking huge. Like, you need a mansion to store that fucking thing. Like,
yeah, that's the thing, is they
It's
take
insane.
up a lot of space.
yeah. Like, the Titanic's big too, but she has like a whole shelf that I still need to put up. It's not an easy shelf to put up. It's got pipes. It's weird. I don't know exactly how to do it. I got a level for it. I bought a bunch of stuff to put it up, and then my dad gifted me a nice electric drill to put it up, and I was like, I'm gonna do it, and then I still just haven't done it. I changed the toilet seat. I was proud of myself for that. That was about as best as I could do.
Hey man,
Yeah.
that's impressive. I
Yeah.
don't know that I would do the same.
It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. But then again, you have a new house. Ours was used, so we were like, I don't know. We really probably should change this toilet seat. God only knows what happened on this thing. So
That's a good ass point.
yeah. See, you have a new like you can probably rest assured that only you and possibly a handful of people that have been in your house have ever used that toilet seat. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know who used that. It had to go, you know.
Remember when toilet seats used to be like vinyl cushiony?
They still make cushion toilet seats, Julian.
Do they really?
Yes, they do.
Those are the worst.
Oh, they're terrible. Oh, they're really
I hate
bad.
them so much.
Yeah, no, I that was a running joke when we were going to find one, because that was like on our big list of stuff. Like, oh yeah, we got to buy a new toilet seat, right? Got it. And I kept going. You know what we should get, right? You know what we should get? Cushion toilet seat. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Listen, our legs will never fall asleep again on it. Listen, we're gonna live in comfort. And Kim was not about that. So I just kept pushing that forever.
Where do you fall on the bidet situation?
I don't have a bidet. I don't know. I'm afraid to take that leap. Exactly.
I want one, but the way my bathroom is set up, there's not really a good way to be able to plug it in where it wouldn't just like get all in the way of the sink. So it's not really doable.
Yeah. I don't know. We looked at a house that had a bidet already set up on it, which was interesting. We ultimately obviously didn't buy that one, but yeah, it seemed fancy, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, I think when we were looking at toilet seats, actually, I think that was in the same aisle. Like, you just could do that.
Yeah, you can find, there's like, you know,
little
toilet seats that have one attached.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. That seems like a bridge too far to me right now. I'm just gonna be a paper man. That's fine. You know.
Sure.
I'm fine with it. I don't know. I don't know the protocol for it. Right. You do that, and then what? Is your ass just wet for a while? Do you just sit there for a bit?
I think you do like a little, like maybe shimmy, like on the seat, kind of get some of the excess off, and then you do go in with toilet paper behind it, but
Okay.
that's more of just like a, you know, final wipe and pseudo dry. I guess you could also just like have like a bum towel nearby.
An ass towel. Why not?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
You just want to make sure that like guests knew, don't use that for your hands.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a lot. Yeah. I don't know. I'm maybe if I went to somebody else's house and they had it and they explained to me what happens with it, and I could try it, you know, a try before you buy situation, if you will.
Yeah.
Then maybe.
Well, that's my thing, right? Is that it's because of listening to podcasters that
yeah,
I'm now
I know.
curious.
I know.
And I think the big push was Eye Patch Wolf visited Wooly in Canada, and so they were doing like a versus wolves in the same room, and he was talking a lot of shit about Wooly having a bidet, and kind of just making fun of him. And then at a certain point in the episode, he had to use the restroom, and then he came back and he was like, I am forever changed.
Well, there you
I
go.
was so wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like I said, try before you buy type situation. I might be into it. I don't know. I don't know. But, not right now.
No.
Yeah. Plus, I got to learn how to install things. I'm not doing that.
That's the other thing too, is I don't want to mess with anything that has me doing like having to turn off the water or whatnot.
Yeah.
I just don't trust myself with that.
I don't trust myself with that either, to be honest with you. At some point, I'll get there because I'll just be like, okay, we're doing this. We're going to figure it out. But, I need to drill screws into my wall before I'm comfortable turning off water. You know what I mean? Like I got to get baby steps here.
You got to walk
baby
before
steps.
you can run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, neat. Now what? Now what do we talk about?
Oh, I don't know. Was that all for you? Games-wise?
Games-wise, yeah. I really haven't played. I'm trying to think of if I did anything else. Nope. I've been watching a lot of 2K or 2K26 news. I don't know. It looks like a video game. I don't know. We'll see what it is.
I like that you can now, and this is purely for like, the wrestling marks, but you can choose how you want to kind of start off the match, like after the announcer, where it's like you can decide you want to come out and like shake the person's hand or kind of stare him down or whatnot. Like, just like an added little bit of like cinematic to it, and then I guess the other player gets to decide like, do they want to slap your hand away or shake it or get a cheap hit in, that type of stuff.
Sure. Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic about it, but I know that developer cannot help themselves but put some patch out at some point that breaks everything that I made. And that's the scary part every time with that game. But I don't know, I'll still play it. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe it'll be really good. I don't know. I'm hoping so, because like I said, it's been really the only thing I've been looking forward to, and it comes out next week. So next week I will have like big 2K26 news, and I'm hoping to play the demo for the Zaum game.
Yes, Zero Parades.
Yeah, because I kind of gotta know. Let me make sure that's still available.
Next Fest is going through March 2nd.
Okay. All right. I will. Let me just go ahead and all right. There's the demo. I guess I'll add it to my add to library. Good. Okay, it's been added to my library, so now I can download it whenever. All right. Good. Excellent.
Well, hopefully, I mean, sometimes those Next Fest demos just automatically go away.
Sometimes they do, and sometimes they stay for a while too. It's hard to say.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get to keep them. That's definitely happened. I do have some that are installed on my Steam Deck, 'cause I'm taking that with me, but I'll talk about those next week. I have one. Well, actually, it's not a Next Fest demo. It's just a demo of a game that was on my wish list that I'll talk about in a little bit.
There you go. Yeah. The rest of what I got's movies. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a couple movies as well.
Sure.
I have been playing something on my Steam Deck because I've kind of been taking a page out of Weston's book, where I kind of have like things going on multiple things right now. So I have like my main game usually on the PlayStation, and then I've got like a secondary game on the Steam Deck. It had been Vital Shell, but I'm done with Vital Shell.
Sure.
And I picked up, this is like, I've been trying to be really good about adding stuff to my wish list more often on Steam.
That's what I tend to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just kind of scrolling through that wish list looking for something. I was like, okay, well, what's my next Steam game? And I went ahead and picked up this game called Kingdom of Night.
Kingdom of Night.
Yeah. Really boring name. For a really interesting game.
Okay.
And I say really boring name because I keep forgetting it in my head.
Is it?
I'll be like, oh yeah, I should go play Night Kingdom, or And then I think it's like night, like, you know, K with a K, and it's like, no, it's
Okay,
nighttime.
It
It's
is
Kingdom of
nighttime.
Night.
Okay, that was going to be my question was, is it nights with a, you know,
Yeah.
like go to sleep or no? Okay. All right. Okay. I'm looking at it.
Yeah. It's a very cool, like, action RPG. It's got like one solid foot in Diablo territory.
Okay.
It's got another solid foot in Persona territory,
Sure.
in the sense that there's like, you know, you're playing a high schooler. There's actually like social links, but they don't work the same way as Persona. It's more of just like, as you talk to them and also as you complete quests, you kind of raise your bond with them, and you'll get more perks. So like the first ones that you have. So the setup, this said like 1987 in a little town in Arizona, and all of a sudden like fucking zombies show up, and
you'll have that.
You know, you're going to a party gets attacked by zombies and demons and whatnot, and you end up getting and also like the girl next door to you gets captured by a thing, and
okay.
So there's like all sorts of weird stuff going on in this town all of a sudden.
Sure.
You are eventually tasked by this like wizened old man that you are the special one who can put a stop to this. And it's interesting because the game takes itself super seriously, but it feels like it should be funnier.
Yeah.
Because like your character sheet is just like your high school notebook. So when you first start the game, you're just a level 1 teenager.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
But then after you talk to the old man, you choose your class. And so I chose barbarian. So then he drew in like a picture of this barbarian, right? So I'm like a level 2 barbarian or whatever. But it's all done like super serious, which is like you would think that there'd be like more of like a South Park Stick of Truth thing going on with that component of it. But going back to the social link stuff, so you kind of start gathering people back at this tavern, this you know, like bar downtown, and the first is like a pair of kids that kind of they ran away from the party. You find them pretty quickly, and then because of your social link, whenever you go to talk to them, they'll heal you to full. And then I guess they'll do other things for you as you kind of talk to them more, and as you bring more people back to this tavern to kind of like, that's like the safe place, right? It's like the Winchester in Shaun of the Dead.
Sure.
And it's really cool. It's so I went with melee because I always go with melee, but they do let you try out magic in the tutorial, and the magic is surprisingly complex, where you're combining, like, you have like basic core magic spells that are mapped to the face buttons,
right?
But by combining them in different ways, you can cast other higher level spells.
Okay.
So it's this thing where it's like you've got enemies swarming around you, but you're like, okay, I gotta hold down the trigger to ready myself, and then like hit like the Y button and then the A button, and then hit the cast button to do this like whirlwind move, right? So you really got to know your spells and be able to like fire them off. And I was like, no, I just want to whack at things with weapons. So that's what I've been doing.
I get it.
It's got a loot component to it.
Diablo. Yeah. It is like Diablo-esque in just like the way the combat feels and like the way the enemies swarm you and stuff like that. Sure.
But it's also got an interesting story. It's like this this group called the Friends of Safety are basically kind of, they've taken control of the town also, under the guise of protecting the children. According
to Steam, that is the developer's name.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
That's what it says on here anyway. I don't know. But so of course they're actually an evil demon cult that are trying to resurrect, like, you know, ancient dark ones. Yeah.
But you find that out almost immediately. It's not a spoiler. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it. It's got gorgeous pixel art. Like it's got a really nice look to it.
It does.
I will suggest, if you're playing it on a Steam Deck, bump up the brightness on your Steam Deck just a bit, because the game is pretty dark. I was in the sewers and I was like, I can't see shit. What's going on? And then once I just bumped it up like 1 or 2 levels on the system level, I was like, okay, now it looks perfect.
Right.
So I had the brightness down to save on battery, but you can't do that with Kingdom of Night. It's in the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a really nifty little action RPG that I didn't really see anybody really talk about. And it feels like it should have more buzz than it does just by nature of what it is and how polished it is and how gorgeous it looks.
There's so many video games.
There are.
Yeah.
But this feels like one of those like little indie Steam games that would gain traction.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No, I agree. It looks really cool. I put it in my wish list. So yeah.
Yeah. I highly recommend it. I'm about a quarter of the way through it right now. I'm going to try to chip away at that while I'm away.
You go.
Yeah. And then the big thing that I'm playing right now is I am about halfway through Resident Evil Village.
Okay.
For the first time.
Cool.
Never touched it.
Nice.
I wish that I had known how good Resident Evil Village was. Justin.
Yeah.
I probably would have just gone ahead and skipped 7.
I had a feeling you'd kind of dig that one. But you never know, you know.
You never know. And this is actually the best feeling of the Resident Evil games, of the modern Resident Evil games to me. Like, it actually, I don't feel like I'm constantly underwater. I feel that I can actually aim my weapon where I want it to go. Which is interesting because I know that, I think it's, 4 Remake came out after this, and I think 4 Remake also feels bad.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's something about 8 that just
Are you
kinda,
playing in first person or third person?
First person.
First person. Okay.
Yeah. I know that they added the third person later.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, yeah.
But I do feel that, like, the Ethan games, like, that's kind of the core thing.
That's kind of the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Man, there's weirdness with those 2 games that they never really get into, or at least they haven't yet, and it's really bothering me.
Okay. I
like,
go ahead. I'm curious.
The first game, he gets his hand cut off.
Sure.
And then they just like reattach it and like bolt it on.
Okay.
And he also gets his leg cut off. And they explained that like, okay, this, whatever the healing item is in these games, it's like the best healing item, right?
Yeah,
it can heal anything.
Super good.
It's super good. But they never really explain that, because that seems like a really major thing, like that this substance even exists. And in this game, it's like he's just constantly getting fucked up, and it feels like,
well, he's fine.
It feels like there's supposed to be something special about him, but it hasn't been revealed yet, or there's something about that chemical that has yet to be revealed, or it should be. If it isn't by the end of this one, I'm going to be a little annoyed.
Okay, yeah. I may know some things, and I will just leave it at that.
Sure. It's shocking to me how much Resident Evil 8 is Resident Evil 4 in first person.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Just like the setup, the air, like the opening area, like a lot of the bigger beats, like the part that I'm at right now is literally me on a boat, and there is a big sea monster that I'm going to have to kill. And it's like, man, I would call it plagiarism if it wasn't the same developer.
Right. Yeah. Is that before or after the dollhouse?
After.
That's after. Yeah.
Yeah. I just did the dollhouse stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Which, chef's kiss.
Yeah. It's pretty
because,
good.
I complained about this when I finished Resident Evil 7, where I said, and I also talked about this on Silent Hill F, where I'm like, survival horror games have way too much combat these days.
Right.
And they really need to have like better pacing. And, especially Resident Evil 8, where it's just like, man, I'm playing it on casual because I just want to blow through it, but I almost felt that I should have left it on normal because I'm blowing through it like, I think I've healed myself 3 times in the like 6 hours that I've played it so far.
Oh, wow.
I'm just like running roughshod on these guys.
Yeah.
But having said that, because there is a ton of combat, and like it's one of those games where like every enemy you kill drops something, so you're either going to get more ammo, stuff to create more ammo via the crafting system, or money that you can use to buy more ammo or whatnot.
Guns or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not gonna, it's not the normal survival horror thing of really resource management as much as other games is. Here, it's more of like, there's no storage bins, so you really have to be managing this has the briefcase as well, just like Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
And so you've really got to manage that part of it, because you can easily pick up way too much shit.
Right.
Because you just keep acquiring stuff, right?
Right.
But the doll part, they take all of your shit away from you.
Yeah.
And it takes it back to just like this really cool, tense puzzle solving with a little bit of lore building. And then there is another stalking type enemy, but
sure.
The mechanics are different this time around. So I appreciated that.
Yeah. It's also pretty brief too.
It is. Yeah. But highly effective. Like
yeah.
I was like, I was definitely like on the edge of my seat through that whole part, even though there was a part where I got like stuck and I looked it up and it was literally just because for whatever reason, when I went to go examine this one door that had a padlock, it didn't show me that there was a padlock there.
Oh, interesting.
It was kind of, kind of weird. So if I had known, I was like, oh, because I knew where I would have known what the code was, but I just didn't.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't see the padlock.
Right.
Yeah, the Lady Dimitrescu stuff is also really cool.
Yeah.
I like it because there's 4 of them, and they you don't really see Lady Dimitrescu until pretty much the end of that entire sequence, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
You get a couple little story bits with her where you're kind of like spying on her.
Right.
But she is not in play, like stalking you around that castle until relatively late in that whole area.
Right.
But I do kind of feel oddly like Final Fantasy 16, where it's like, man, I feel like you got rid of your best bad guy like at the beginning of the game. And probably should have kept her for the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people would agree with you on that. So yeah.
Also, it has to be said, because I remember people losing their shit over her.
Yeah.
But I wasn't paying that close attention to it when it came out or whatever. I didn't play it. God damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, they didn't have to go that hard.
Yeah, they did, apparently.
I've never actually said out loud, look at the dumper on that character before.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and excellent performance as well, obviously. So yeah, I'm super enjoying it. I really love the all of the shop stuff. Like I get giddy when I get like some rare treasure that I can go sell for a bunch of stuff to upgrade weapons and whatnot. And the story is interesting. I'm really curious to see where it ends up. And I like that it is tying into the previous stuff with Ethan. Because at first it felt like so wildly different from the last game. Because even when when Resident Evil 7 came out, I kind of thought that it was a full break from the rest of what had happened.
Right? Yeah.
Because it felt that way. And then it's like, oh no, this is totally in universe, and it's just like kind of someone else taking a different tact on bioweapon development. And then, but here it's like, now we got like these vampires, and like, if you're looking at the lore, it's like, okay, they've been around since like the 50s. So that predates like Umbrella. So, kind of what's going on here. And then werewolves show up. And so it's like it's such a different thing. But at the same time, I mean, Ethan's there, Chris is there. So it's like, obviously there's stuff going on. And I don't know what yet. And I'm interested to get to the bottom of that. I did come to a realization playing through these two games and seeing, dude, I don't know how much you've been online, but I have not seen this level of hype for a Resident Evil game in I don't know how long. Like even the announce and lead up to the Resident Evil 4 remake was not as white hot as Resident Evil Requiem is.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Like this, I really want to know what this does sales wise, because it feels like it might be an all timer for Capcom. But I realized something that might, I don't know, this might set me apart from other Resident Evil fans, because I used to be a huge fan of the series, right? Like,
sure.
Played through the first game multiple times. I've owned like double digit numbers of copies of the first game across different versions, and also just rebuying the same versions. I used to read the novels. I used to read the comics. I used to collect the action figures, right? I used to be like all in. I used to watch the movies.
Yeah.
I don't care about the characters in the Resident Evil series.
I mean, they're not, there isn't much to them a lot of the time.
There isn't, but people are clearly like super invested in Leon and Chris and Jill and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm invested in Umbrella and like where these bioweapons are coming from and how they keep getting proliferated. And that's the stuff that I get into.
I always found like the bad guys way more fascinating in those games.
Yeah.
Like the protagonists are just kind of generic protagonists for the most part. I mean,
that's how I feel.
They've kind of made some of them a little bit more interesting. Like Jill's kind of interesting. You get like she has like, I don't know, some stuff going on, but not all that much. But like Chris is just like really generic. Leon's just
and his
like
design has changed so wildly over these games. Like he never looks like the same character.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
I know 7 Chris is like almost legendary for how weird they look.
See, I think 8 Chris is the weirdest looking one.
I mean, it's not that much better, but yeah, like it's still different. Like I don't know, the main people. I don't know. Claire never came back for whatever reason. She just disappeared one day, and
she got 2 chances,
and then they were like, "Okay, we're done." They just they put her in Revelations or whatever, Revelations 2, and get fucked.
I didn't know that was okay. So I guess 3 then, because I was just thinking of Resident Evil 2 and Code Veronica.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Code Veronica. Yeah, so no, she got 3.
Oh, see, Code Veronica. When you're talking about like interesting villains, that's the first one that I think of, because the Ashfords in that game
are really cool.
They're
fucking
insane.
Dope. No, that's what I mean. Just even like the overall like schemes of the bad guys and stuff are fascinating in Resident Evil. Leon's just kind of, I mean, he has an arc, but like it's not much. But like Ada Wong is kind of a bad guy. I always found her kind of cool because like she's kind of, what the hell is she up to at all times, and that's kind of neat about her.
Wesker also, obviously.
Obviously, again, you can kind of go back and forth as to whether Ada Wong's a good or bad guy. She's kind of, I don't know, both at sometimes, but whatever.
She's the Revolver Ocelot of the Resident Evil universe. She's just always switching sides.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So I always found her fascinating. But yeah, like when it comes to like the main couple people, they're there, they're fine, they do their job. They're kind of just stand-ins for the player for the most part. That's really all they need to be. But people do,
and on that,
people really like Leon. I don't know.
People really like Leon.
Yeah, no, I know.
But on that thread, I actually do really like Ethan, because at least he reacts to shit.
Yeah, no, he does.
Because that's always been my issue. Even with the earlier Silent Hill games, I would be like, man, I feel like you should be like losing your shit a little bit more about what's going on right now.
Right.
Because I know I would be.
Right. Yeah, most people would be.
Yeah. But no, it's been really cool. The bosses have been fun. The weapons feel good.
That's good.
I've been enjoying the puzzles. Yeah, like it's just all working for me on like a, like, I don't like to get, I try to avoid this talk, especially when I'm in the middle of a game, but like this feels like it could end up being one of my favorites in the series, like when all is said and done.
Yeah.
Because like I've just been loving every minute of it so far.
Right.
Where I definitely didn't feel that with 7. Like 7, I was definitely like, it was like taking my medicine. I was like, I feel like I need to play this so that I understand what happens in 8. But man, I'm not having fun with this at all.
I mean, you probably could have watched like a summary and been happy about it. But then again, you don't know if you're going to like 8 too. So,
True. Yeah.
At the time.
And there's also like, if you're watching it, you're not going to get like all of the lore of like picking up the documents and stuff like that. And that's a huge component for me with these types of games is, like I keep 8 has the thing with the map where it lets you know when you've explored, like when you've gotten everything in a room.
Sure.
And I'm so bummed when I walk into a new room and it's already blue, and I'm like, wait, there's no tasty lore in here? Give me some tasty tidbits of lore.
Yeah.
At least.
No.
But yeah, that's Resident Evil Village. Because of like this week was so busy because, you know, I had games my mom found, I had Suffer Select, I had that day in the office, so there wasn't really time by the time I got home that night to really want to put any dedicated time. And now I'm going out of town, so I definitely won't be finished by the time that 9 is out. So I'll buy 9 after I finish 8. It's weird that like the beginning of this year has been like oddly horror focused for me.
Yeah, right.
It's like Silent Hill F, multiple playthroughs, then 7, 8, and 9 for Resident Evil.
Yeah, you're on a roll.
But I also, this is my last like game thing. I played a demo for a game that was on my wish list on Steam that looked pretty cool. It is a side-scrolling Souls-like called Crimson Capes.
Okay.
And ultimately, it's not for me. But I highly recommend anyone who's interested in a side-scrolling Souls-like to at least look at this game, because the animation is fucking incredible. Dude.
All right, I'm going. I just want to see it.
It looks like it's all rotoscoped.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So it's got
okay. Yeah.
And it adds like this like visceralness to the combat that I'm really into.
Right.
I just don't think that I'm wanting that right now. It's very much like it feels like you're getting into an honest to goodness sword fight with these guys where you're like feinting and riposting and stuff like that. But just seeing it play out, it just looks so cool.
Yeah, that animation is something for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's, I'm going to check the price real quick.
It's
I don't think it's
$14.99.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I didn't think it was that much.
Yeah. No, not too bad.
Yeah. I might pull the trigger on it down the line. I just know that right now I'm not in the mood for like a super grognard, action RPG like that, but it's nifty. And like I said, there is a demo. I didn't even finish the demo. I just played it for like 15-20 minutes or so just to like get a feel for it. I was like, this is cool. I just don't know if I want to play this right now.
Right.
But it's at least checking out just to even look at it, because it's like, wow,
that's kind of neat. Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing really else that I've seen like it, which is always nice.
It's got its own vibe going on. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. And instead of builds, you have multiple selectable characters.
Right. Yeah. That's
that you can switch between at like the bonfire equivalent.
Apparently there's co-op in it. Or maybe? I don't know. It says, somebody says excited to play co-op. Hold on. Let me see if that's actually a thing.
Or something they're planning on adding, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that might be it, but I don't know. Who knows? Doesn't really say co-op. It supports my Xbox controller. That doesn't really answer my question. Oh no, online co-op. Yeah, right over here on the side. Online PvP, online co-op. So yeah.
Yeah. Almost not really sure how that would work, honestly.
No idea, but it's there.
Yeah.
Why not?
So that's pretty much it for me on games. There's like a couple other like Next Fest demos that I touched. Oh, no, real quick.
Okay.
Because I only played it for like 5 minutes because I knew.
Yeah.
Vampire Crawlers is going to be a fucking problem, Justin.
Vampire Crawlers. I've never heard of this game.
Yes, you have. This is the first-person dungeon crawler from the makers of Vampire Survivors.
Oh yeah,
where it's Slay the Spire style, but you're in first-person exploring areas.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I have. Okay. Yeah. Now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Because as the story goes, right? Like the lead developer, he used to work in making casino games, and so he knows like all of the things to press in your brain to make the brain go
Sure,
and really enjoy yourself. He's like quadruple downed on
Nice.
this one. Like just the presentation alone.
Oh yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's like the Pac-Man DX, Pac-Man Champion Edition DX
Right.
to Pac-Man.
Right.
That's what this is to original Vampire Survivors. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I played it for a few minutes and I was like, all right, it's sold, but like, there's no point in playing the demo anymore because
Yeah.
I may as well just wait, like hold off the addiction for as long as possible,
Right,
because
yeah.
this is going to consume me for a while.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it is very cool because I think there were some people who were like, I don't know how that's going to work, but it works actually really fucking well.
I believe it.
There's really nice combos to the way that you play your cards that you can do.
Nice.
So they're like it. You know, I mean, this was I think this is a tutorial, so it probably plays out the same for everyone.
Right.
But like one of the first like passives that I got was if you play cards in sequential mana order, you get like a bonus, right? So
Okay.
your dagger is always free. So
Sure.
that's always a 0 mana. But then you get the King's Bible, right?
Okay.
And
yeah.
so you do the dagger, and then that buffs the King's Bible. It I think it doubles the damage or something like that. So you
Okay.
play that next,
Right.
and do a shit ton of damage. Like yeah, there's some really clever shit going
Okay.
on there.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah,
Seems
I think it's coming out. Well, I don't know if it's coming out or if it's coming out into early access, but it's soon. It's in
Yeah.
the next couple months.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Really, nice to see that that Cinderella story continues to
Yeah.
be a positive one.
Yeah. They I don't know, man. They're good at making these fun little video games that are not overly committal, I guess, if that makes any sense. Like you can kind of just pick them up and play them. Like I feel like anybody can pick up their games and have a good time with them. I should put that to the test one of these days, actually.
But yeah, that's it for me for video games. I've got a couple movies, but
Okay.
why don't we? Well, actually, 'cause
Okay.
it's a quick and dirty episode.
Sure.
Why don't we take a second to thank our lovely patrons first?
Oh yeah. I have to get the list up. Hold on.
Holding. I'm holding.
Hold on. I forgot.
Holding so hard.
Oh boy. Oh geez. Oh man.
Oh, no.
And then I almost closed this out. Hold on.
Oh god.
Oh god. Oh, I'm botching.
This is all staying in because I'm doing
Uh-huh.
almost no editing.
Mhm. No, that's
all
what,
in.
That's
We're still holding.
Hold on.
It's
hold
bad.
on. We're almost there. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Excellent.
Yep.
We appreciate all of our lovely patrons, but every week we like to thank the executive producer tier in the same order as last week because that's how quick and dirty this episode is. We have the Let's Play Princess of Nerds Abroadcast.
We have Blaine Faya.
We have Bill Tucker of A Gamer Looks at 40.
We have Dr. Delicious.
We have Addy XD.
We have 60X Self.
We have Game Johnson of Retrofits.
We have Big Baker.
We have Eric Peacock of the Soundtracker podcast in the process of rebooting his show.
Nice. We have Raymond Crumb.
We have Dennis Robertson.
We have Matt Jorgensen.
We have Andrew Wilson.
We have Bookie.
We have friend of the show, John Gholson.
We have
By Man Finds Tape on Blu-ray now.
We have David Portnov.
We have Stephen Lobo.
We have Xavier Krager.
We have Exrian.
We have Casey Curran.
And last but not least, we have Philip P.K. Becker.
Nice.
Thank you, everyone, for supporting the show at the executive producer tier.
Yes.
Yeah, so movie-wise, Justin, what did you get up to since last time we spoke?
I've definitely forgotten a few, and that's fine. Because they probably weren't worth talking about. There's always like a couple movies that I end up watching that I just am like, I'm not even gonna mention that.
Was one of them Ninja 3: The Domination?
It was not. I'm sorry. I would have remembered that probably. I'm sorry.
Oh, you will remember it if you see Ninja 3: The Domination. Let me tell you what.
I'm sure I will. what did I watch this week? I watched a movie called The Triangle from 2009, I think. Has one of the Hemsworth brothers in it, or somebody with the last name Hemsworth, but not Thor.
Liam?
It might have been. I can't remember.
I know I think there's 3 of them, but Liam is kind of like the most famous one, after Chris.
Let's look it up. Now I'm curious. I can't remember what. It might not even have been him. Oh God.
I saw Liam Hemsworth in a comedy, and I was like, man, if they ever wanted to recast Thor, they could just get the other brother.
Yeah, it was Liam Hemsworth. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked him in that comedy that I saw him in. That's the only thing that I've seen of his.
He wasn't like the main character. He was just kind of like a guy that was there. But that was like the only name of note that I personally know. So
sure.
It's not a bad movie. It's how to explain it. It's basically they go out. This girl has a son. He's autistic. And she's going to go out on this sailing trip with this guy who invited her. It's like a yacht. He's like super rich and shit. At least you get that kind of impression that at least he likes yachting. So what the fuck? And
that's absolutely a rich person thing. There's no regular person that has the hobby of yachting.
That's kind of it. And then so, he goes out with all these other people, and then a big storm hits and overturns the boat, and they all are on the upturned boat or whatever, overturned boat. I don't know what you call that. The capsized boat, if you will. And then a giant Titanic-looking ship pulls up to them, and they all get on the ship, and then somebody is on the ship and they start to murder them. And it kind of goes from there. I won't say any more because it would kind of give it away. But it's an interesting movie. I ultimately thought it was pretty decent. It wasn't like the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it wasn't bad either. It kind of, I forget but yeah, what's up?
Oh, that premise made me think of a movie that I watched in the theater and I haven't seen since, but I do think of from time to time. I don't know what the general consensus of it is. I would be fascinated to see what y'all think of the movie Virus, starring Jamie Lee Curtis.
Starring Jamie Lee Curtis. I've never seen that.
I want to say it came out around like 2000.
Okay.
They answer a distress call of this ship that's just like stranded at sea.
Sure, yeah.
And there's shit on that ship that maybe should not get off of that ship.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Is all I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah. This one is probably not like that, but it's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, go.
It was just kind of the horror at sea type of premise that made me think of it. Yeah,
Triangle was not a bad movie at all. I enjoyed it for what it was. I think some of the acting was a little like not great, but it's it was not the worst I've ever seen either. But what are you gonna do? I also watched on the you talking about the virus just reminded me. I have it written down anyway, but it kind of leads into it. I watched a movie called The Lazarus. Is it? No, it's not. I have it written
down. The Lazarus Effect?
Yeah, I watched The Lazarus Effect. That movie's fucking.
I think I saw that.
That movie's fucking terrible. God, what a piece of shit. Man, what weird casting. It has Olivia Wilde, Donald Glover, the main guy from fucking a comedy that my sister really liked about fantasy football, The League. It has like him in it. Man, not a great movie. Did not like that one at all. It's basically the premise is they figure out a formula to bring back a dog back to life. And then the dog starts acting spooky because it was brought back to life. And then, the project gets shut down. It's very bad. Everybody's upset about it. That's okay though. We're gonna break into the place, and then Olivia Wilde gets electrocuted, and oh man, she's dead. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Maybe we should bring her back with this weird serum. And then she comes back and has magical light powers. It's real.
I'm scrubbing through the trailer right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that I actually have seen this movie.
You're not.
I was confusing
anything.
it with Contagion.
Yeah, that's probably a better movie.
Contagion's really good.
Yeah.
Because I think like the actual like movie posters are kind of similar in design, which is why I always get them confused.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it, and I'm sitting there watching the movie, and I'm like, "Oh, that's like I recognize that dude. Where do I know him from?" And I look him up. I'm like,
Creep.
"Oh, yeah, he's also from Creep." Yes,
which is very good.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, he's not bad. He's not bad in this movie. And then Donald Glover pops up, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing here? This is like, this is weird." I love Donald Glover. He's great. But it was weird seeing him here. And yeah, no, the movie is just like, it's just not very good. But I sure did watch it and wish I didn't. I also watched a movie that it's called, hopefully I don't mess the title up. It's called You Were Never Really Here. It has Joaquin Phoenix in it, and it's made by the person that made We Really Need to Talk About Kevin and that other movie. I didn't even know that until I started watching it, and I was like, oh, this makes sense why I don't like this. I liked We Really Need to Talk About Kevin. That's like the one movie I liked of theirs. The other one was, I was like, this is a little too like abstract for my taste, and this one is like that times a million. Like I was like, there was just points in the movie I was like, what was the point of any of that?
That tends to be my experience with Joaquin Phoenix stuff.
Yeah, well, I'll put it like this: he's really good acting wise in the movie.
He always is.
He's fantastic, and it's not him. It's this, like, she's a writer director, and I'll give her this, like, the cinematography in it's awesome. It's fascinating what they're going for, but I just don't think it's like critics fucking love it. Like I looked it up afterwards. I was like, oh, what do people think of this? Because like I am not getting it. It's fine, but like people are like over the moon, like, oh my god, what this movie is trying to say. And I was like, I think I have to agree to disagree here. This is fucking hot garbage to me. It's like I had to explain. It's the movie that made me have to explain the video game. I'm going to mispronounce it again. Sorry, whoever yelled at me the last time. Neva or whatever. I had to explain that to her, where I was just like, some things are just too artsy for their own good, and that's what this movie is. Right. Kim also hated that movie. She hated it way more than me. She was like, "What is this?" I was like, I don't know. Joaquin Phoenix beat up those pedophiles with a hammer, though, and that was about all I remember from it.
Hey, maybe we should normalize that, though.
Yeah, no. It was like, it has moments where I'm like, okay, this could, like, it's so weird because you'll like, there are these bits in the movie where you're like, okay, it's gonna start picking up. This is gonna get good, and then it'll just like cut to something, and then like you're like, okay. So we're not doing that anymore. All right. I'm just gonna, okay, whatever. Like, I don't really care about what's happening now. I'm a little disappointed, but that's what they went for anyway. And then finally I watched Begonia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was saving it for last. I liked that movie a lot. That was a good movie.
That movie's great.
Yeah, it is really good. That is a really good movie.
Man, we're in a weird spot because I want to talk to you about details of that movie, but I don't want to ruin it for the listeners.
Yeah. No, people should go watch Begonia. It's great. Yes. I really, really like that director. He's also I believe the person that did the movie that we're gonna watch for Cinemorons.
Yes, The Lobster. Because you had originally pitched, or you had been thinking of choosing Begonia because you hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
but you went with the lobster.
Yes.
Which,
yes.
I mean, doesn't mean that Begonia isn't, free.
Oh
free
no,
game.
I'd happily watch this again. It's funny because like this is where like my opinion and Kim's opinion differ. She liked the movie ultimately, but like she was definitely like the entire time she was like, "This is way more your thing." I was like, "I'm super into this right now. This is so good. I'm super loving this." Which
It's
is the same
such
as the
a
lobster.
great- we talked about this in the Cinemorons episode with Closer, where it's like it's such a good capital A actor movie.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it really is.
Just phenomenal performances and like just really like those tense conversations. I think if anything, the only complaint that I have about it is there might be one or two too many exchanges between them that are kind of the same. Like it's not really moving stuff meaningfully forward.
Yeah. I guess my only, I think you're right to some degree, but also there is a certain level of frustration that gets brought out in the main, in the one guy, like the main, I guess, kidnapper or whatever, from basically that exact thing. Like this person's not budging. And like slowly it's like, because first she handles it very like, okay, yeah, we'll come back and we'll do this again eventually, you'll say whatever, and then and as they continue to not do that, it slowly starts to like escalate a little bit. That'd be my only argument towards it, but yeah, I could definitely see what you mean there though.
It is a great like satirical takedown of a certain type of man on the internet.
Yes.
That we will talk about again a little bit later.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But
absolutely.
Yeah, that movie's great. And also and it's a movie where I do think that like you're either going to love or hate the ending, and I pretty much fucking love the ending.
I loved the ending too. I really liked it. Yeah. What's funny is I was kind of like, I bet money this is going to happen at the end. And
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, my thing was like, man, I really hope that this happens.
Yeah.
And then that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Fucking,
it was great.
10 out of 10.
Really good. Really good. Yeah, that was a good movie. I enjoyed it. They make such fascinating movies to me. Like I said, The Lobster we'll talk about when we get there. That is it is so weird. And then they took like one of the things that's like one of the weirdest aspects of the lobster that makes it kind of off-putting, and we're like, what if we took that and made a horror movie out of it? And I'm like, this kind of works too. I'm kind of into this. This is weird, but I love it. That's Killing of a Sacred Deer or whatever. That movie's fucking. I watched that. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm so fucking into it right now. It's great. Man, weird movies, but I love them.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to The Lobster. I know
I'm
nothing.
Very fascinated what you're going to think about it, because that's another one where I feel like you either really like it or really fucking hate it. So yeah.
So I've got two.
Okay.
Friend of the show, John Gholson, and I went to the theater to see Crime 101.
Okay.
Which is a really cool. I really enjoyed this movie. I think John liked it, but I don't think he liked it as much as I did, because I was like loving this movie. It's funny. It's funny that you had a Hemsworth in one of your movies, because this is this is Chris Hemsworth.
Okay, big Hemsworth.
And it's also funny that you played Hitman this week,
right?
Because I thought a lot about Hitman watching this movie.
Okay, yeah. So
Chris Hemsworth plays this really like extremely capable thief whose whole deal is that he targets couriers that are transporting precious jewels or like large sums of money or that type of thing.
Okay, yeah.
He operates off of the 101 in California.
Okay.
Crime 101. And there's two things about him. He never kills, and he doesn't leave a single trace, right? Like nobody has found any evidence of this guy. And so you kind of have like four like players here. You have Chris Hemsworth's character, then you have Halle Berry, who works for like this super prestigious insurance company that insures like very wealthy people for their art assets and stuff like that. So that's how she kind of gets involved, because a lot of this stuff that he's stealing is insured by them. You have Mark Ruffalo playing a detective who is kind of a pariah in his precinct because he sees the pattern and nobody else believes that there's a serial thief going on. And it's like destroying his life. And then you have Barry Keogh, he's a really weird dude, man. He's a really weird looking actor. I know. I guess he was in the Eternals, which John reminded me of.
Yeah.
He has one of those faces that is very off putting to me, where I have trouble looking at him.
Sure. Yeah.
I just have that with certain actors where it's like I don't like looking at this person.
Yeah.
And it's not even like an attractiveness thing or anything like that. It's just certain configurations of facial features that gives Julian the ick. He's one of them. And he plays like basically an upstart thief who is being kind of set against Chris Hemsworth's character, because Hemsworth's character is kind of like getting cold feet about the whole endeavor.
Sure, yeah.
But this other guy is like unhinged and like very amateurish, but trying to prove himself. The reason it reminded me of Hitman is because Chris Hemsworth's character is very much he's like Agent 47 in the sense that he is fucking incredible at his job. Like unparalleled. At the expense of everything else. Like, dude does not know how to live or even really interact with a human being. But part of the movie is him trying to date and trying to have a life.
Sure, yeah.
And having trouble reconciling this actual, like, you know, alter ego type of scenario with trying to open up to a woman that he's into. And then also, man, I guess I didn't really realize how much I love Mark Ruffalo, but I love Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo's
he's
pretty
just
good.
A great actor.
He's really good.
Yeah. And he does a phenomenal job here as this tenacious detective. And it's kind of cool to see, he transforms in a way where, because normally you'll see like a detective character in this type of scenario where it's just like, oh, they're just getting worse and worse as like things get bad for them, right? And like they start, you know, they look more haggard and whatnot, but like he starts to come back to himself through the course of the movie, whereas he starts to get like a firm lead on this case, it like instills a confidence in him that you can tell had been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
And so like him at the end of the movie versus him at the beginning of the movie is like very interesting to see.
Right.
It's also just got like some really cool like shots and like I think Hemsworth is really good in it. I think Halle Berry is really good in it. It's just a really cool like kind of heisty type movie with a little bit more going on. The only, I think, real black mark on it for me is that Hemsworth's like kind of handler, the guy that kind of like sets him on all of his missions, is played by Nick Nolte, who I haven't seen in a movie in forever.
Yeah, he was in that one that I was just talking about with Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. Yeah, that one that I talked about a lot. He was like Robert Pattinson's dad or something in that movie. Did he seem really rough, like he had trouble like saying anything? Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And that was the thing here, and I was like, this feels like elder abuse.
Yeah, it fit there because it was like a man who was about to die, and I was like, sure, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. Here it doesn't because it feels like this guy should be like really like sharp and on the ball, and he just doesn't. And God bless him. Like it's cool to see. Like I do think I don't like that Hollywood kind of will just toss actors away when they have, you know, at some perceived like expiration
Right, I
date or
agree.
whatever. I like actors being able to continue to act if they want to.
Yeah.
This felt weird in a way. Like it was like every time that he would be on screen, I would be like kind of distracted by he's just almost like like having like mini seizures at the and like you can barely understand what he's saying,
right?
Because he's just like so aged at this point,
right?
And it just didn't sit well with me. And he's not in the movie for like a super big part of it, but he's in like important scenes, and it's like, oh man, I don't know. I feel like there was other actors around his age that you could have gone with that would have like had a lot more punch to these scenes than Nick Nolte, who I had not seen in a movie, and I don't even know how long, like 20 years maybe.
It's been a while since I barely remembered they existed when they showed up in that. I was like, oh hey, it's Nick Nolte. I know him.
I was kind of thinking that he had retired.
Yeah,
honestly,
me too.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
So long. Yeah. But I do really recommend Crime 101. It's like,
okay, yeah, that sounds
I don't
like
think
my
it has much buzz around it. I haven't seen people really talking about it,
I
but
haven't heard anything about it. Yeah,
thoroughly enjoyed it. And then last night, I watched Companion.
Oh yeah, how did you like that one?
That was fucking great.
Yeah, it's a good movie, isn't it? Yeah.
Because I went ahead and watched the trailer, and I almost wish that I hadn't watched the trailer.
I said the same thing. I was like, this trailer's excellent. This trailer's fucking awesome. Like, I really want to see this movie. And then as the movie's going, I'm like, I kind of wish I didn't know what I know from the trailer. Yeah.
But having said that, it's still excellent. And to its credit, it still had like some swerves that I really didn't see coming. I was like, oh, hadn't even considered that as a possibility, but it makes sense.
Right.
Like in retrospect, that's really cool.
Right.
Like without getting into the details of it.
Right.
But yeah, great performances. Kind of like with Begonia, what I was saying is that like it really is like an excellent takedown of a certain type of man online.
Right.
That you know the kind. It's fascinating to see that break down through the course of the movie.
Yeah.
Because you can definitely tell that he has like this certain way of looking at himself that you can tell as soon as it starts to be challenged, like just it starts to crumble immediately. Like,
right. Yeah.
Like all of these, affirmations that he had being told to himself through a certain method.
Right.
And then realizing that it's just how artificial it all is, but still needing that validation, like at the very end of the movie, like is also like very fascinating. Like, and I like I've only watched a little bit of What We Do in the Shadows, but the guy that's the thrall from What We Do in the Shadows, he's really good in this. He's a lot of fun.
He is.
Yeah, man.
I was tickled when he shows up for the company, the guy with the beard. That's the guy from a wrestling podcast that I really liked. I was tickled when he showed up. Oh, that's
him. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, hey, it's Wrestling Matt McCarthy. Good.
Oh, that's interesting because the other guy in that van was he's like an up and coming comedian that I know from the HBO comedy series Crashing, starring Pete Holmes.
Okay.
So and I thought that was like kind of an interesting, like, oh, that's weird because you're like a stand-up comic, like you're not really an actor, but you're in this little bit in this movie.
Yep.
Neat.
Same as that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing, and I didn't realize this. Executive produced by the guy who did Barbarian and Weapons.
Yes, Zach Krager. Yeah.
Who's also working on the next Resident Evil movie. So it's like,
I'm excited about that.
You've got impeccable taste across the board.
For sure.
Like,
that's in the trailer. Like, it's like, from the people that are the creators of this. And I was like, okay, like, I'm interested. I liked that movie. Those movies. I don't even think they mentioned weapons in the trailer, if I remember right, that I saw anyway. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm interested. And then, I seen his name as the producer. I was like, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. This is, Great movie.
Definitely on a short list of like, okay, I am interested in anything that you're attached to.
Yeah,
now.
pretty much. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, really glad that I watched it.
I'm glad you did too. That's awesome.
I watched it on Amazon. I recently got Amazon Prime back.
I gotcha.
And I didn't realize how much Amazon Prime had changed, Justin, because it used to be that it was like, you know, you paid for the Amazon, like the free shipping or whatever, but you also got this pretty nifty streaming service on top of it, right?
Yeah.
And now it's fucking riddled with ads unless you pay on top of that.
Oh yeah. It's
and I had not experienced that before.
I'm so used to it now that it's just like watching TV to me, basically.
Yeah. But I hate watching movies on TV.
I know.
Because of
I get
that.
it. I get it. Yeah.
And to me, it was like, okay, like there's like an unskippable 2-minute block of ads at the beginning. That seems good enough.
Right.
But then when it started interrupting during the movie, including another 2-minute unskippable at the very climax of the movie, I was like, man.
The worst is when you start to notice certain movies that you've seen before start to get weird edits in them for them to place the ads, and then somehow there won't be an ad that plays there, and you're just like, what was that? That was really fucking weird. Why did that cut like that? Yeah. I think I talked about it in the like Rob Zombie Halloween remake or whatever. I was like, there's a bunch of weird fucking cuts in this. What is up with that? And I mentioned it as part of the movie, and then I watched another movie that I had seen before and had it, and I was like, okay, that was not okay, that's this streaming service doing weird shit. Okay, that's just weird.
Amazon is weird in general, like the Amazon Prime stuff.
Right.
Like, so I got really excited years ago because they had the softcore classic Animal Instinct starring Shannon Worry available for purchase. And it was the unrated version. I was like, that's awesome. And then I went to go watch it again just randomly one day, and it had reverted to the rated version, which is like, dude, and usually when that happens, it's like, it's negligible, right? It's like, okay, this shot is different or something, but it's like a sex scene starts where, because the whole premise of Animal Instincts is that it's about a married couple where they find out that the husband likes watching her fool around.
Okay, sure.
And so then they start setting up scenarios where he can watch her.
Sure.
But the first time that it happens, she's just like a frustrated housewife that ends up making a mistake.
Sure, yeah.
With like the cable repairman. So the R-rated version of this scene, she starts kissing him. They go to the bed, and then the next shot is her husband driving like to the house, where that scene in the unrated version is like 2.5 minutes long,
right?
Before you get the first shot of the husband driving up, and then there's still more and it's like that's like it cuts like a good like 30 minutes out of the movie, and I'm like, that fucking sucks. And and then there's other stuff like that where it's like there's movies that I have seen, but you'll see on the Amazon Prime version, it's like it's cut down to like an hour long, because they cut all of the naughty stuff out of it, and it's like, that's just weird. I don't understand, but especially egregious when I purchased a version of a movie and then it was replaced with another version of a movie. Right. I can understand if it wasn't available anymore to purchase, but they literally just like did a switcheroo on me. And
at least,
and now with like the ads being like forced into everything, unless you like fork up more cash, it's like, man, we're just in the worst.
The only other
scenario.
thing that I'm like, okay, that's fine, I guess, is when you rent a movie, they won't put the ads in there like in the middle of it. I mean, remember, you would hope, right? Because usually I rent movies on Amazon. Yeah, me too. That's what we do a lot. Our like normal nightly thing, I usually will just find something that's free on there, and that's like, it's fine. Like a lot of the times, like the ads, I'm so used to them now. Like honestly, sometimes the little 2-minute ad break comes on. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I can check my phone. Go get something. Pet the dog, do stuff, it kind of works out in its own way. But if you're into something, sometimes you're like, really, right now?
Yeah.
It sucks.
Oh man, yeah. There was like one of the worst possible places for them to put
I'm
the
sure.
second 2-minute ad on Companion.
I'm
It
sure.
sucked.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
But yeah, no, great movie.
I'm glad you liked it. That's good.
Might try to get my friend to watch it while I'm over there. She might dig that one.
Yeah. No, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Good one. I'm glad I passed it along to somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I almost forgot real quick. I watched a movie that was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was made by the people that made Cocaine Bear. It was called.
Still need to see that.
Yeah, me too. It was called Borderline. The premise is Samara Weaving, who's the girl from Ready or Not. And she plays like basically Madonna. Like it's set in the 90s and she's like a pop star, and essentially she is they are doing like Madonna when she was dating Dennis Rodman, because like there's another guy that is very clearly supposed to be Dennis Rodman. He's not, but he's supposed to be that.
So Madonna when she was at her like most like sex positive era, like when the sex book came out.
Yeah, like it's a point of contention that she has a list of people that she's trying to date at some point.
Sure.
The premise is she has a stalker and he stabs like her head of security and goes to prison, and then he breaks out and now he's out for revenge. It's kind of like it sounds serious, but it's more of a comedy. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Samara Weaving I will watch anything they're in now because they're just super fun every time I see them in a movie. Like they're just like I can tell they're having a great time. There was at some point a duet of a song that I was like, did not see this being in this movie, but man, that's really good. Honestly, that was pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. The movie was like kind of like, sort of like, that's funny most of the time. so not really like the best compliment of it, but it wasn't bad. I wasn't mad that I watched it. I just watched that like right before we recorded, and that's why I forgot it. I didn't have it written down. But it wasn't bad, wasn't great. But Samara Weaving,
super excited.
I really like.
Not too.
I know. I really like I said, every movie I see her in, I'm just like, she's there's something about her that I'm just like, I'm so in on. She's like one of my favorites now. Like,
yeah. And I'm also super stoked that Sarah Michelle Gellar's in this movie, and I get to see her kick ass again.
Yeah.
And then because I mean, you've been watching a lot of movies, but I know you don't go to the movies very often.
Yeah.
But I recommend you check out the trailer for They Will Kill You, because that is like one of my most anticipated movies of the year.
Okay. Yeah.
Every time that I see the trailer, I'm like, yeah, that just looks fucking awesome.
we probably would go to the movies a little bit more. We don't right now. The last time we went, I can't remember what we went. I think we went and seen Fantastic Four. It was the last movie we went and seen. Just me and Kim. And what happened was Kim has diabetes, and she had like a really bad like kind of attack during it. Like it hit her really hard, and she almost like passed out in the bathroom. To the point where she thought she was going to have to go to the hospital. And now she's like got that like in her head that if she goes to the movies, that's going to happen again. So we're working through that. That's why we haven't gone to the movies yet. But yeah, so I just keep telling her like, we'll just wait till it comes out here. It's fine. No worries.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And just tell her that your co-host has been off of his meds for a while and he's doing, I mean, he's probably not doing great, but he's not dead.
That's true. That's true.
I really need to find a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. She takes some stuff for it. And like, it's every, like most of the time she's fine, but every now and then it's like she says, she's like, most of the time I'm A-okay. But then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, that stuff will just hit you. And it's awful. Like, and she didn't have stuff on hand, and it kind of, scared the shit out of her. And I get it every time. I'm like, I get it. That totally.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so That's it for movies.
That's it for
I've
movies.
actually just got one last thing.
Okay.
We're going to table CQC for next week.
Sounds good.
We will have a beefy episode next week, guys. I will be home in time for like to record normally, and I will have a lot to talk about with my trip, and then also just like I socked away some of those Next Fest demos to talk about and whatnot.
Sure.
Justin, have you heard of Absolute Batman or the Absolute line of DC comics?
I have heard of Absolute Batman and the Absolute line of comics, believe it or not. Yes. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Actually, yeah, I know your friend Lonnie is a big comic book fan.
Lonnie's a big comic book guy. I haven't heard him talk about it, but it's a big topic of discussion on like Reddit when I'm just scrolling through. So yeah, I've seen like some of the designs and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Absolute Batman it's one of the most successful comics of the last 30 years.
Yeah,
it's kind
popular.
of like it's in I think issue 18 or 19 now, and they're still selling out, right? And they're still reprinting all of the individual issues, even though the trades are out now, which is unheard of, right? And I think it's crucial to know, and it's funny that this isn't actually laid out in any of the text of the comic itself. It's only on the back of the trade paperback, or maybe the event that kicked it off. This is an alternate universe that was basically created by Darkseid.
Okay.
And so it's like a dark universe where everything is darker.
Oh boy.
And everybody is kind of inclined towards their darker inclinations and stuff like that.
Sure.
But you still have heroes. They're just not the heroes the way that you know them. There's differences in their origins or whatnot. And I had been resisting reading this for a long time because everything that I've seen of Absolute Batman makes me roll my eyes to the back of my goddamn head.
Sure, yeah. Because
it just looks like the edgiest for edge's sake shit.
Yeah.
In the most cringy way to me.
Sure, yeah.
Because this isn't in what I've read, but I know that there's a part where Bane cuts off both of Batman's arms.
Why not?
And then I guess they grow them back with venom or something.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
So the setup for Absolute Batman, the core difference, this isn't rich Bruce Wayne. This is a son of a school teacher and a social worker.
Sure, okay.
His dad was a school teacher who got killed in this massacre at a zoo that Bruce was at.
Okay.
He still grows up with the desire to clean up Gotham, but because he doesn't have money, and he's still a genius level intellect, right?
Sure,
so he was always like top of his class and everything.
Yeah.
But basically, one of the things that he invents when he's a kid is this really adaptable fiber material that becomes the cape that can make all these configurations and stuff like that. He ends up working in a lot of different really down to the street level jobs to learn the city. So he works for the wastewater treatment plant. He works in construction. He works in engineering. He's a really good inventor. But one of the bigger things too, well, two things. He was childhood friends with all of the Rogues Gallery. So he grew up as his best friends were Ozzy Cobblepot, Eddie Nigma, Waylon Jones, Croc.
Sure, yeah.
Selena Kyle and Harvey Dent, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Those are all of his childhood friends. They were kind of this little ragtag group of kids.
Little knuckleheads.
Yep. The other thing is that he's fucking huge. He's the hugest Batman you've ever seen.
Okay.
He's he looks like actually I have to credit Eye Patch Wolf for this, because the reason that I finally read this was Versus Wolves did a segment on it, and I was like, I need to see this, because they were describing the story, and then at a certain point, Eye Patch Wolf says, but it's not edgy for edgy's sake. And I was like, it really fucking sounds like it is with everything that you were telling me about about this book. And so I had to see for myself.
Okay.
But he described this Batman as Bane before before he juices up with the venom, but because Bane is still really big,
Sure, yeah.
just of his own volition,
Yeah,
and that's what
yeah.
this Batman is. And man, like, if you had asked me after I read the first, I think, like 2.5 issues, I would have been like, this is fucking awful.
Yeah.
There is a good emotional core to it. I think the best part of this book is when he's not Batman.
Okay.
Which is really funny because usually with a Batman book, you're kind of waiting to get to the Batman
So the
parts.
Batman stuff, yeah.
But I think the Bruce stuff is way more interesting.
Okay.
With the exception of, like, I like the way that he's doing, like, the detective work. I do think that he's also reveals himself to be way dumber than your typical Batman, because he asks a lot of these questions of people just as Bruce Wayne, and it's like, why would you be interested in this stuff? You're just a construction worker.
Right.
When there's also this, like, Batman guy doing stuff involving this gang, right?
Sure,
so,
yeah.
like, it just feels very suspect. And it's written by Scott Snyder, and I love Scott Snyder. I think the New 52 Batman is some of my all-time favorite comic book stuff. I even liked Batman Metal, which was like, you know, a dark like another dark universe, right? It was
Sure,
like an alternate
yeah.
universe where, like, it's a bunch of Batmen that were evil, right?
Okay,
Just for
yeah.
different reasons. But this ain't it for me, man. There's stuff about it that's just so oddly cringy the way that it's written. like it's way too on the nose. So, like, there's a part where they're playing poker. It's all the gang, and, like, Harvey says something, and then Ozzy's like, oh man, you're such a two-face, and it's like, oh okay. Waylon Jones refers to himself as Croc because he used to be a boxer, and that was the nickname that he got. But also, I do know that later on in this comic, he turns into the Crocodile Man. So it's again, like, way too on the nose.
Yeah.
At the end of the first issue, there's these guys talking about their boss, and one of them says, like, hey man, don't do that. And he's like, what? Don't make jokes. Haven't you heard about this guy? Like, he never laughs at anything. That's why everybody calls him the Joker.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And the worst moment that, like, where I was just like, fuck this comic for me.
Yeah.
So it has Alfred he's still in his, like, kind of SAS role, because and that's established canon at this point. Like,
sure.
Before he was the butler to the Waynes, he was like a Secret Service.
Yeah.
He was like a
right,
big military, like, covert ops guy in England. So he's still in that role here, and it's like, okay, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
And a lot of the comic in this early arc is actually narrated by Alfred, because he does a lot of, like, he figures out who Batman is right away. And so he kind of tells us the origin. Like, it's not really kind of laid out. Sure. It's just like he does all this research on Bruce and kind of pieces the stuff together, which is a really interesting way of going about the origin. I really actually enjoyed that.
Okay.
But he talks about how, you know, in any theater of war, you have the advancing front, the AF, and then you have the RR, which is the retreat and recoup part of it. And he keeps saying, like, when are you going to learn, Bruce, that, like, you need RR? Like, you can't just keep going, you can't just advance all the time, right? And this version of Batman, he's got, like, all these different, like, hideouts, mostly in the upper levels of the construction sites that he's working at, because nobody goes up there.
Yeah, right.
But eventually this gang finds him up there, and Alfred's like, this is when you're going to learn. But then Bruce turns the tides, and he actually blows up the top of the building, and it sets on fire, and the building looks like Batman's cowl.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Alfred's narration is, but then I figured it out. Maybe Batman is all about advancing. Batman AF. And I was like, fuck. Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah.
It's a no for me. I'm sorry. And my big takeaway, if you're out there and you legit think that this is great, that more power to you. I
Yeah,
don't,
sure.
you know, I don't agree, but like if you enjoy it,
Hey,
fine.
like what you like. Yeah, that's
You do
what I
not
always say.
get to ever make fun of 90s comics ever again.
Right.
Because this is like taking like all of that, you know, dunked on 90s comic edge, and
Yeah.
it just like multiplies it to the nth degree. And oh man, it's way
I'll
too
have
much
to ask
for me.
Lonnie about this one. I just to gauge his opinion, because he's usually
People love it.
well, he's usually on the same wavelength as you usually. Except maybe except for his undying hatred of Rob Liefeld. He hates that guy.
I hate Rob Liefeld.
Okay, well there you go. Yeah, you guys are you guys are great.
Not only is he a bad artist, but he's revealed himself to be a shitty person.
Shitty person. Yeah, no, I know. Oh God, man, we could probably have a whole I hate Rob Liefeld podcast if we had Lonnie on. Oh boy, I've heard some rants and I get it. And I'm usually like, yeah, no, he sounds awful. But yeah, no, he's usually on the same page as you. So I know he looks into some of that stuff. So I wonder if he's read that. He's usually he's into like a lot of obscure stuff. So
sure.
But yeah, he did buy me the AEW comics, which is fun. I still haven't read them, but I'm going to because they seem like fun little reads. But yeah. And
last thought about it, because I was thinking about this today, actually. I think in the current climate, because I understand that like it makes sense, right? That it's like, oh, here's this dark version where like everything's just like a little worse. And there's also, you can lay a little bit of blame at this at Rocksteady.
Sure.
For their interpretation of the Batman universe, right? Like,
yeah.
I will forever blame them for what happened to Harley Quinn, right? They're the ones that put her in the sexy nurse costume, and then all of a sudden Harley kind of blew up because they started drawing her sexier and sexier.
Yeah.
And she's turned back around now where she is like kind of more of just like a cool, like fun character that isn't as overtly sexualized as she, but there was a chunk there where it's like that's all that anybody cared about Harley for.
Yeah.
And so I do blame Rocksteady for that, and I didn't care for a lot of the designs that they went with on those games, but my thing is that with the way that things are in the real world right now, I think what actually would have been way more punk rock is to have a alternate universe where it's light. And it almost feels like, hey, these are a bunch of stories that kind of feel like Silver Age comics, where it's like brighter colors and like, you know, spandex and like Batman smiles.
Right.
Like that to me would be actually like a really unique thing to do in this day and age, where it's like, because this does feel like more of like a ripped from the headlines kind of thing, and it's like, but I'm kind of trying to escape the headlines.
It's probably something I would have been super into, at least that at like back when in my 20s, like I would have been way into that kind of vibe because I loved that stuff. But now as I get older, I don't really. I'm not as into it, but
the super edgy stuff or the more spandexy stuff.
Oh, the edgy stuff is what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
If I had read this when I was 16, I would have been like all over it.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, when I was in my early 20s and stuff like that. Yeah, that was the stuff I loved. The edgier, the better. And then I go back and read it now, and I'm like, oh god, this is actually pretty bad, isn't it? Speaking of 90s comics, one funny comic that Lonnie turned me on to, that he was like, it's mind blowing that this even came out because of what it is. Have you ever heard Punisher, known for being pretty edgy? Have you ever heard of the series Punisher Armory?
Heard of it, but never read any of it.
Okay. Lonnie was like, he's like, I can't believe they sold this to children, basically. He's like, Punisher Armory is just basically the Punisher going into detail about what weapons are good for doing what and how you do them. It's basically like anarchist cookbook in comic book form. And I was like, there's something kind of great about that. But at the same time, you're super right. They probably shouldn't have sold that to kids, but here we are. Yeah.
I feel like perhaps a lot of people should go try to snap up back issues of Punisher Armory.
Hey, you never know. But yeah, that was cracking me up. He was like, and he was going into super detail. It was like, and you use this weapon when you want to do this, and you want to make a man do this and this and this. And I was like, oh my god, fucking wild. But yeah. Comic books, man. Still make them. Crazy.
They still make them. Actually, the industry is doing really well.
That's good.
A big part of it is Absolute stuff is doing fucking gangbusters.
Yeah.
But
good for them.
Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yums. Like I know that I am like in the super minority on the Absolute Batman stuff. I can't stand it, but I understand why people are digging it. I just think it's very funny that this is like being called like one of the greatest comics of all time by the same people that I see making fun of 90s comics for the same type of shit.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. And it just script wise, it doesn't feel as good as other stuff that I've read from Scott Snyder.
Sure.
Again, except for the Bruce stuff. Like I think that stuff works really well.
Yeah.
I really do like that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I saw like the design for Ultimate Green Arrow, and he's got like this like skull mask with red eyes, and I'm like, but why?
Ultimate Green Arrow or Absolute Green Arrow?
Sorry, Absolute Green Arrow. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I figured.
Ultimate is the Marvel stuff.
Yes, that's what. Okay,
yeah. But I think that's a show, Justin.
I think that's a show, Julian.
I need to get on the road.
Yep. I need to go to bed.
yeah, it's a work night.
Yep.
Thanks as always to the wonderful Megan McDuffie for our theme song and interstitial tracks. Thanks to friend of the show, John Gholson, for being our announcer and providing us with our logo and artwork. Thanks to you for listening to the show.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it for this episode of the Stage Select. I've been Julian Titus. He's been Justin Ham. We've been the Stage Select. Signing off.
Uh-huh.
The Stage Select is copyrighted and owned by Space Monkey Mafia Productions, specializing in independent podcasting. Please consider sharing the show with your friends and support us by joining our Patreon or donating to our coffee. Thank you, and good night.